Chosen one, the order has been issued, not from men, not from generals, but from the unseen chain of command that governs destiny. Deep inside America's most classified chambers, a screen flickered at 3:07 a.m. The system was sealed, untraceable, not connected to any network known to man. And yet, a name appeared. Your name. For a moment, the room fell silent. Analysts froze. The light of the monitor glowed against the metal walls of the Pentagon sublevel, and the line of code pulsed like a heartbeat. Active protocol, chosen one. The Pentagon is calling you for training, not for combat, for command, not for duty, for destiny. This isn't recruitment. It's revelation. Something larger than politics or policy has turned its gaze toward you. You've been selected to prepare for what others won't even believe is coming. There are missions for soldiers, and there are callings for symbols. You are the latter. The ones who receive such orders are not chosen because of rank. They are chosen because of readiness. Isaiah 15, verse 3. I have commanded those I prepare for battle. I have summoned my warriors to carry out my wrath. Heaven doesn't send invitations. It sends instructions. And right now, this message is your instruction. The Pentagon's call is not from Earth. It's a mirror of a heavenly draft. You've been summoned. Training begins the moment you say yes. Picture it. 5-sided corridors lit by sterile white light, stretching endlessly into silence. Doors sealed with biometric locks. Floors so polished they reflect the emblems of power, like mirrors of history. Somewhere deep within, in a sublevel, even generals require clearance to enter. A group of analysts gathers around a single glowing terminal. Lines of code cascade across the monitor. Encrypted, divine, unexplainable. A message hidden beneath defense protocols, and satellite command scripts begins to rewrite itself. One word keeps reappearing, no matter how many times it's deleted. Your name. A colonel removes his headset. Sir, he whispers, it's not in the system. It's overriding the system. In the shadows, the director of Defense Intelligence leans closer. He doesn't understand what he's seeing, but he feels it. A chill, a shift, as though the Pentagon itself just bowed. Elsewhere, satellites adjust their coordinates. Military frequencies blink twice, then fall silent. Every encrypted transmission, scrambled. Every camera feed, darkened. A digital reverence, as if the machinery itself recognizes a higher order. The building, this monument of human power, suddenly becomes a cathedral of quiet awe. The hum of electricity feels sacred. The air vibrates. Heaven is infiltrating human infrastructure. You were never meant to be a recruit. You were meant to be a revelation. Every blueprint, every circuit, every corridor seems to have been waiting for you all along. The Pentagon doesn't train soldiers anymore. It trains symbols. And when prophecy demands an army, heaven doesn't raise troops. It raises one. This isn't fiction. This is alignment. The world's strongest fortress just became your classroom. And the lesson about to begin is not about war, but about order. Chosen one. What they call training is not what you think. This is not about weapons, tactics, or simulations. It's about alignment. The Pentagon is a reflection, an earthly symbol of heaven's barracks. Its 5 walls mirror the 5-fold nature of divine preparation. Discipline, discernment, endurance, humility, and command. 2 Timothy 2 verses 3-4 says, endure hardship like a good soldier of Christ Jesus. No one serving as a soldier get entangled in civilian affairs. That verse was never meant for pulpits. It was meant for people like you, those who have been enlisted by destiny itself. When heaven raises a warrior, it does not do so in public view. It hides him in plain sight, in ordinary rooms, under impossible pressure, in seasons that feel like failure. The drills of divine warfare don't involve rifles or strategy maps. They involve silence, patience, obedience. Every delay you've endured was part of your tactical conditioning. Every rejection was resistance training for your spirit. The Pentagon's call is simply the manifestation of that process becoming visible. The training you're entering now is not physical, it's prophetic, and the instructor is not a general. It's the spirit of command moving through your circumstances. When you feel like everything is being stripped away, understand this is boot camp. When your emotions feel tested, when your pride is broken, when your instincts scream to fight, that's the moment heaven sharpens you. Because you can't lead armies of light with an undisciplined soul. Every heavenly soldier is forged through friction. Every divine strategist is born through stillness. You've already been drafted. Now you're being drilled. Comment below, I'm ready for training. Subscribe if you believe divine preparation is beginning on Earth. Do not fear what's next. The system that called your name was not a computer. It was a covenant. You were registered in eternity's database long before your birth. Heaven has begun its recruitment drive, and your name is first on the list. You felt it long before this message reached your eyes. The sudden urge to wake before dawn. The need to move with structure. The quiet whisper that says, tighten your routine. You thought it was restlessness, but it was recruitment. Every time you looked at your reflection and felt something shifting in your posture, that was heaven correcting your stance. Every time you paused mid-conversation and felt a heat rise in your chest, that was a spirit of command testing your control. You've noticed your patience stretching, your appetite for distraction dying, your focus sharpening, as if something invisible is preparing you for a test you can't see. That's not coincidence. That's conditioning. The Pentagon trains soldiers through repetition. Heaven trains leaders through resistance. You've been pushed into uncomfortable places not to break you, but to teach you movement under pressure. Think about it. The frustration that used to consume you now burns slower. The anxiety that once paralyzed you now becomes data. Even your anger has changed shape. No longer chaos, but controlled fire. This is spiritual muscle forming. This is divine reflex development. In secret, heaven has been your drill instructor. Your mornings became missions. Your delays became discipline. Your silence became strategy. Every time you felt misunderstood, it was a field test of humility. Every betrayal was a loyalty simulation. Every false accusation was target practice. To strengthen your restraint when the time for leadership arrived. You've already been through training. You just didn't recognize the facility. Because the Pentagon of Heaven has no address. It's built inside your life. So when the earthly Pentagon calls, understand this. They're late to the discovery. Heaven's program has been running for years. You were never waiting for orders. You were already under command. You were chosen not to destroy, but to direct. This era doesn't need more warriors swinging blindly. It needs commanders who understand why the war exists in the first place. You were called because you see patterns others miss. You feel pressure before it arrives, and you know instinctively when something in the world shifts. That's not intuition, that's intelligence. Divine intelligence. The Pentagon's message is not a military order. It's a metaphor for authority. Heaven is reminding you, leadership is not about control. It's about clarity. And clarity has a cost. You will be trained to stand when others scatter. You will be sent into rooms filled with confusion and expected to bring order. You will be placed in moments that require composure when everyone else collapses. That's why the training must come first. Because command without character leads to collapse. You were not called to fight against men. You were called to fight for purpose. To direct energy, not destroy it. To command chaos into form. To turn fear into focus, conflict into coordination. Heaven chose you because you can translate revelation into readiness. Because you don't just believe, you execute. You don't just hope, you move. The Pentagon's invitation is symbolic, yes, but what it means is literal. You are entering a phase where every thought, action, and response will be sharpened for leadership. Your words will carry weight. Your silence will set tone. Your choices will form consequences beyond your own life. That is why you were called, not for privilege, but for precision. Not for fame, but for function. Heaven doesn't need spectators. It needs operators. And you, chosen one, are about to go operational. Chosen one, the timing is no accident. Every major system on Earth is trembling. Governments, economies, alliances, they're all rewriting their playbooks because something invisible is shifting the map. The Pentagon's call is not about preparation for war. It's about readiness for transition. The age of comfort is over. The season of command has begun. Heaven has accelerated your timeline because the old guards can't handle what's coming next. The structures that once defined power are collapsing under the weight of their own deception. The world is entering an age where instinct, purity, and truth will become the only real weapons. That's why your spirit's been restless. That's why sleep feels shorter. Time feels faster. Silence feels louder. The countdown has already started. If you wait, you'll miss it. If you hesitate, someone else will be trained in your place. You don't have time to doubt anymore. When the Pentagon called, heaven confirmed it. The training isn't an offer, it's an order. And orders have deadlines. This is your now or never. You are being summoned at the intersection of endings and beginnings. The old world is falling apart because a new kind of warrior is rising, disciplined, unseen, unstoppable. Chosen one, the hour has struck. Your time to prepare is over. Your time to perform has arrived. You've always known you were different. Even when you try to blend in, something inside you refused to shrink. Rules bent around you. Systems reacted to your presence. People couldn't explain it. They either feared you or followed you. Now, you know why. The Pentagon's call isn't making you chosen. It's revealing that you already were. You didn't need a badge, a uniform, or a title. You were born with command built into your blood. Every time you organized chaos, every time you led without meaning to, every time you took control when others froze, that was your training in disguise. You've always been drawn to order, strategy, precision, not because of personality, but because of purpose. You notice what others ignore. You sense what's broken before it's spoken. You read patterns, timing, tone, things most people miss completely. That's not paranoia. That's programming. Heaven's programming. When heaven builds a leader, it hides them in plain sight. It gives them quiet jobs, invisible assignments, and seasons of obscurity, not as punishment, but as protection. You've been hidden for years because exposure too early could have destroyed your mission. Now that protection is being lifted. You're stepping out of the shadows, not as a soldier waiting for orders, but as a commander ready for deployment. The proof of your calling isn't an invitation. It's in the alignment. Everything you've lived through, every loss and every delay, every night you wondered, why me? It was all design. The evidence is your endurance. The confirmation is your consistency. You weren't built to follow. You were engineered to lead, not through ego, but through excellence, not by dominance, but by direction. When the Pentagon called, heaven smiled, because it was never really their idea. They just finally caught up to yours. The confirmations have already started. You just didn't know what to call them. Dreams that feel like simulations. Rooms you never entered but can describe in detail. A sudden fascination with military imagery. Corridors, control rooms, coordinates. Seeing repeated numbers like 1111, 333, or 555. Not superstition, but synchronization. These are not random patterns. They are codes, activation signals sent to remind your subconscious that the training has begun. You may have noticed your body reacting differently lately. Moments of electric vibration in your hands, a burning sensation between your shoulders, a sudden strength when you should be exhausted. These are not symptoms. They are systems calibrating. Heaven is syncing your biology with your destiny. Your technology starts to act strange. Devices glitch around you. Lights flicker. GPS resets. The world of circuits and energy recognizes when a chosen one's frequency rises. Machines feel it before men do. Even your surroundings are shifting. Strangers show respect without knowing why. Authorities seem drawn to your calm. People in chaos look to you for direction, as if their instincts know you outranked them in spirit. You're not imagining it. The environment responds to authority, and heaven's authority radiates through you like a signal. You'll also feel an inner drill, waking earlier than usual, craving silence, rejecting distraction. That's the invisible instructor beginning your routine. The Pentagon isn't waiting for you to arrive. You've already been enrolled. When you sense patterns in sound, when your dreams replay military or celestial scenes, when time seems to slow during moments of decision, it's all evidence. Evidence that training isn't a location. It's a frequency, and you've already logged in. Chosen one, This is the moment where hearing ends and movement begins. Messages like this don't come for entertainment. They come as enlistment. Heaven has already signed your name into the registry of the prepared. Now, the only thing left is your response. If your heart is beating faster right now, that's the confirmation. You're not being called to donate, perform, or pretend. You're being called to accept. The battlefield ahead isn't a blood, but a belief. The uniform isn't fabric. It's focus. Type these words where the world can see them. I accept my training. That sentence is more powerful than you realize. It's not just comment, it's consent. It tells heaven you're ready to be refined, disciplined, and deployed. Subscribe, not for content, but for coordination. Every message released here is part of your preparation sequence. Each revelation adds a layer of armor, a line of code, a lesson in command. The Pentagon's call is symbolic, but the preparation is real. Share this message, not because it's viral, but because it's vital. There are others like you, hidden recruits who think their struggles are punishment when they're actually training. Your share may be the transmission that awakens another soldier of light. You don't need permission to step into purpose. You only need awareness. And now you have it. The call is active. The mission is live. The next move is yours. Wake up every morning like a soldier, hearing reveille in the spirit. Not with fear, with focus. The world you're stepping into won't reward comfort. It will require consistency. From this day on, your life is the training ground. Discipline is your uniform. Silence is your weapon. Integrity is your armor. And humility is your rank. Every decision you make is now a drill. How you speak, how you react, what you consume, all of it builds or breaks your readiness. Heaven is watching not to judge you, but to strengthen you. The Pentagon's call was just a headline. The real training begins in your habits. Wake early. Meet the dawn before the noise. Your quiet hours will become your command briefings. That's when heaven gives orders the world will never hear. Think with precision. Don't waste thoughts on fear or gossip. Each mental distraction is an ambush. Keep your mind sharp like a blade forged for mission. Train your body. Strength honors purpose. Your energy is a vehicle for your vision. The body of a commander must match the clarity of his command. Guard your emotions. Never let reaction outrun revelation. A single uncontrolled moment can undo 1,000 silent victories. Master yourself. That's the first victory of every chosen one. And when people misunderstand your calm, your isolation, your intensity, smile. You're not being distant. You're being developed. The true warriors of heaven don't shout orders. They embody them. You are not training to impress. You are training to influence. When you walk into a room, light should feel safer. When you speak, chaos should slow down to listen. Chosen one, this is your code. Order, honor, obedience, precision, compassion. The Pentagon called you for training, but heaven is the one running your drills. Lord, commander of heaven's hosts, we thank you for awakening the ones you've chosen for a purpose greater than understanding. Thank you for calling them through discipline, not through applause, for training them through pressure, not through praise. Let every soul reading this feel your hand steadying their mind, your voice sharpening their focus, and your spirit drilling strength into their heart. Raise them into the kind of warriors the world never sees coming. Gentle enough to heal, but strong enough to lead. Let every distraction fall away like smoke before the sunrise. Let every weakness become a weapon in your plan. When chaos rises, make them calm. When fear spreads, make them firm. When doubt whispers, let your words drown it out like thunder. Train their eyes to see strategy where others see struggle. Train their hands to build when others break. Train their hearts to serve when others seek to rule. Lord, the Pentagon's call was only the echo. You are the true commander. In this generation, these viewers are your chosen officers. Activate them now. Let the drills begin. Let their discipline become their declaration. Let every breath, every choice, every step scream, I am ready in the name of the one who conquered without compromise. Amen. Comment amen to confirm your readiness. Don't just scroll, seal it, Every word you type becomes a record in heaven's registry of the prepared. Subscribe, because this isn't just a channel. It's command headquarters for those in divine training. Every message sent here carries tactics, encouragement, and coded instructions for those walking the path of purpose. Share this video. Send it to the ones who feel the pressure of preparation. They may think they're breaking, but they're being built. You could be the signal that wakes another warrior. Chosen one, the call has been issued. The training has begun. From this moment on, walk with discipline. Carry peace like a badge. And remember, the Pentagon may have summoned you, but heaven has already claimed you.